Hi, I'm Kristen from Pop Culture Planet. I'm so excited to talk with you guys. I kid you not, like last week, I stayed up till like 6 in the morning watching the show because I couldn't stop. I was addicted. So I'm excited to talk about the show with you. I want to start with you, Chloe. You and Shane had such a great personality match, but you had some ups and downs when it came to communication. So, kind of, what did you take away from that?
I just feel like, from my experience of dating in general, as a 23-year-old woman, I am very mature for my age. I am someone who communicates really well, someone who has been through a lot in her life, that's experienced certain things that people wouldn't experience in a lifetime. So through that and all the struggles that I've encountered in my previous relationships, it's like, when you get with someone that doesn't communicate as well as you, it's so frustrating, but I hope that it showed that I was patient.
Mitchell, the show is perfect match, but I know you told Chloe later on in the season that you weren't ready to settle down. So I guess kind of what made you feel that way, and why come on the show if that's the case, if you didn't think you were ready?
That's tough because I didn't know that coming onto the show. I came in just open-hearted, and I think I realized through talking to Chloe how scared I was to open my heart fully and go there. I think as I started falling more and more, me and Joey had some talks where I was hesitant. I really was. And I struggle with that commitment aspect because I'm like, I don't know if it's because I'm scared of getting hurt or just putting it all out there. I feel like that's just something I've always struggled with and was trying to overcome that and did my best. But, I wouldn't call them, I made some mistakes. I made some different decisions, but I learned from it all and learned a lot about myself and how I'm going to handle my life moving forward.
Dom, you were really loyal this season to your partners. And there were times where there was maybe some potential matches that kind of came up to you later on in the game that you couldn't really explore. So I'm curious if you regret not making maybe romantic connections or being open to connections with other people earlier on.
No, I think, that's the type of person I am. I'm a very loyal individual. I think once I let somebody know, I let Francesca and George know immediately, if you choose me, if we're in this, if we're matching, like my eyes are on you and I'm set to make this work. That's the person I am. I don't regret anything. All the women that I had dates with were absolutely beautiful, stunning inside and out, but yeah, I'm a loyal dog.
Yeah, I was thinking about Inez in particular because you guys had such a great friendship, and then it looked like there was a moment like, oh man, maybe if we had talked about this earlier.
When you have that sort of relationship with someone, when she's really like a little sister to me, and I think that's a moment of like, sweet home.
Now, Francesca, you had a really surprising journey throughout this season, and I would love to hear about your decision to leave the show.
I think my decision to leave was definitely a pretty obvious one. I had exhausted all opportunities to meet someone in the house, and there was no one that was left that was for me. So instead of dragging it on for another week or a few more days, however long it was, I definitely knew that it was my time to go home, take a bath, maybe cry a bit, and yeah.
Anne-Sophie, I gotta be honest, watching the show, I felt like you and a lot of the other women of color that came into the game kind of didn't get a chance to really show everything that you had and get a fair shot at it. And I was wondering how you felt in the house.
I'm not going to lie. I did have a moment where I kind of broke down. I'm not sure if it's shown, but there's a moment that I thought to myself oh my gosh, I didn't feel seen. And I think that it may be because not everyone in the house, maybe they weren't all open-minded. Maybe they came with previous stigmas of what, I don't know, dating a Black woman might be like. But either way, I did feel like I didn't feel seen. And, it sucks, but, you learn.
And now, Georgia, you and Dom connected kind of halfway through the season, and it seemed like your housemates kind of maybe doubted your connection at first, but I mean, you guys ultimately won. So what was your reaction to that?
I feel like I was surprised only because there were couples in there that had been a match longer. However, me and Dom had a great connection. We had a lot of common interests. We got along as soon as we coupled up. It just felt natural. And, I think I'm just really happy that people got to see that.
Joey, I got to hear your reaction to not winning in the end because, I mean, you literally got engaged. How much perfect match can you get than that?
Here's the thing. None of us knew there was even going to be a winner because it's a season one and we're just, we're trying to find our perfect match. We're doing these competitions. And at that point towards the end, I was just so nervous about I'm going to ask someone to marry me. Nothing else, honestly, at that point, nothing else was on my mind besides I got to do this the best that I could and really put my heart into it. So by the time we got to the finale, I just remember looking at Dom and George and being like, yo, hats off to you guys. Like, me and Carrie were so good with where we were at and what had just happened. Everything else wasn't really in our minds at all at that point.
At what point in the season were you like, I'm going to ask this girl to marry me?
I think it was towards the end because we had been talking so much about the future and what our goals were, what we want to accomplish together. And I was coming from being at home with my sisters who are married. All of my family is the prime example of what a perfect match really is. So I'm thinking I want to go home. The show taught me how I could love again, how I could trust, how I could put myself out there and be vulnerable. And when you're in paradise and you're locked away from the rest of the world, everything seems just so perfect.
Are you still in connection with any of your matches? Are you still friends with anybody from the show? I mean, Joey, are you still engaged? Are you married already?
So I would say all of us are really still friends. This show brought us all together, and it was a wild experience that only all of us know because we were there every single day. But as far as me and Carrie, when we got back to reality, you know, things just weren't the way that we wanted them to be. We put so much of ourselves out there for the world to see, so a lot of this is, you know, going to remain private just between us, but we have nothing but love for each other, and, you know, I respect that girl so much. I know she respects and loves me as well, and I just want nothing but the best for her and her future.
I'm not really in contact with Shane anymore, but we're still on good terms, but we didn't work.
I feel like I see Dom around and there's like no animosity, but yeah, we're not like in regular contact, and yeah, we're both just focusing on our like lives and careers separately. So
I'm in contact with, I guess, both of my previous matches, but it's just all amicable. I give Chase a hard time about his hair, and Zay is just like, you know, we just keep in contact and, you know, check on each other frequently.
I mean, oddly enough for me, my current boyfriend and Dom ended up becoming really close friends. Like, they text every single day. Like, they are inseparable. So that's been great, like watching their friendship, and me and Dom have a great friendship now. I don't really talk to Damien anymore at all, and then me and Abby are just on good terms as well. So.
But I think besides that, I think I made some good friendships out of this.
Friendships, yeah.
Myself and Savannah, we got really close after the show, and as well as me and Inez. So those are my two ladies, and of course Colony. We've always had like a strong friendship.
For myself, after the show with Georgia, you know, you said it best. You know, after the show, cameras are off, real reality hits, distance comes into play, and it's sort of like, you know, I got so much love for Georgia, and she's beautiful, and I think we all know she lights up every room that she goes into, and anybody would be lucky to have her. And I think we just said, let's focus on us and, you know, see what the future holds, and if we get back together, it's meant to be. If not, but plot twist, me and Francesca are pretty cool. I'm really tight with her boyfriend, so.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Who would have thought about that? Would.
I think it's a family, honestly.
Yeah.
I think like already a tight-knit community, and now it's like, this is the friend group.
Yeah, we're just a messy, dysfunctional family at this point.
So no matches, but all friends, all family. I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, guys. People are gonna be addicted to this show. I'm telling you, I couldn't stop watching.
It makes me so happy to hear. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Consider subscribing if you like my videos, and if you want to talk more TV and movies with me outside of the comments section, check out my Patreon at patreon.com/kmaldo. If you like this one, you can check out more of my videos right over here. See ya!